What's up, everybody? As we all know, GTA 6 will take place in Vice City, aka Miami, but the game doesn't release until 2025, and if you're like me, you can't wait that long. You need some Vice City gear now so that you can parade around Los Santos like an obnoxious snob and cloak its streets under a glorious blaze of aqua and orange, the colors of the Vice City Dolphins football team. So buckle yourself up, because I'm going to show you how to trick out your cars and clothes in Vice City colors right now. I'll be showing you several cars during this video, but for our prime example, we're going to use the Coquette D10. And I know what you're thinking. The D10 ain't that great. Why are we using it? My friends, there's one reason that trumps all others, and that's because real-life Vice City Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill owns this car, aka the Chevy Corvette C8. Meaning not only can you use this car to represent the Dolphins, but you can do so while role-playing as a real-life Vice City superstar. Now, while the D10 is available for about $1.5 million on Legendary Motorsports, if that's too much for you, or if you just don't like the D10, then don't worry. I'll show you several other designs I've made using both expensive cars and free ones. But obviously that is your first requirement. A car. Any car. I am going to list a second requirement here, the auto shop, because if you use Los Santos Customs, I can't guarantee you'll have access to all the paint colors and features you'll see in this video. Auto shops allow access to more options, so I'll just go ahead and list the auto shop as a requirement. So with that said, let's go into our auto shop and get to work. First things first, under your main menu, let's go to Resprays, then Primary Color. Now, if you want this exact aqua color that I have on my cars, you'll have to join a crew. If you want more details on that, skip ahead in the video to this time marker. In the meantime, I'm going to assume some viewers don't want to hassle with crews, and so let's just go under Classic and select Gasoline Green for now. This is the best color among the defaults, and it's actually pretty good. It is dark, but if you offset that darkness with a bright orange and enough white highlights, you'll have a pretty nice looking car. And that's actually the second reason we're using the Coquette D10. It's one of relatively few cars that allows you to edit the interior trim, including the dashboard. That's what we'll do now. Back out to Resprays, then select Trim Color, and select Frost White. And in my opinion, that's a huge difference. Most cars have this black interior by default, and the ability to switch it to white is what really gives a car that proper, bright Vice City Dolphins vibe. But maybe that's just me. For our final respray, contrary to what you might be thinking, under secondary color, we'll go Classic, and then Frost White again. And you're thinking, well, where's that big orange stripe that I saw in your car earlier? It's actually a livery. So back out to the main menu, select Liveries, and then Yellow and Vetero stripes. Why does Rockstar call this color yellow? I don't know. It looks bright orange to me, and that's all I care about. Plus, if it makes you feel better, the secondary paint on these cars is actually bright orange per Rockstar. And you know what? This yellow looks pretty much identical. So, potato, just go ahead and select those quote-unquote yellow stripes. The only major point left to talk about, really, are the wheels. Do what you want, but I recommend using stock rims, because if you use chrome rims, they're expensive and you can't recolor them. Under wheel type, just explore the options and choose whatever you like. The wheels I've used here are in the high-end category, and they're the Super G wheels. Then for the color, back out, and under wheel color, select Frost White. From this point on, guys, just use your judgment. There are lots of cool spoiler options, as you can see here. I'll make a couple notes on my design. I kept the rear bumpers as stock in order to minimize the amount of black in the car's color profile. You can see that these more expensive options add darkness to the design, which goes against my brightness philosophy. Likewise, you can see the benefit of having selected white as the secondary color here in the exhaust category, where the sport diffusers include a horizontal brace in that secondary color. Similarly, in the grille category, the bottom option brings that secondary color onto this little scoop, which I think is a nice touch. And I think you get the gist of the aesthetics here. If you want to apply these principles to different cars, here are some other high-end cars I recommend that allow for a good blend of colors. Going down the line here, we have the Grotti Cheetah Classic, the Pegassi Infernus Classic, and a couple of Imani Tech vehicles in case you want Dolphins cars with defensive capabilities, the Ocelot Virtue, and the Enos Deity. And just to remind you, you don't have to use these cars, and you don't have to have a lot of money to create a Vice City Dolphins car. As I'll show you in this sped up video, you can just yoink any car off the street, apply the same colors, and have yourself a decent Dolphins beater. That brings us to the topic of the sacred aqua color. Once you get sick of gasoline green, how do you upgrade so as to look maximally cetacean? The answer is right here in your Resprays menu. Crew color. Of course, you'll need to be a member of a crew that uses the aqua color as its crew color. Fortunately, there's a super easy way to do that. Just join my crew, the VC Dolphins, on Rockstar Social Club. It's an open crew, so you shouldn't need an invite, and crews are cross-platform, so it shouldn't matter if you're on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. You should be able to join right away, granting you immediate access to both the aqua color and this badass Vice City Dolphins Crew emblem I created, which you can apply under Respray's Crew Emblem. And the good news is, if you leave the crew, the paint jobs you've applied using the crew color will remain in that aqua color. The bad news is that the game will swap out or disappear the emblem from your car, but hey, that's your problem for not remaining a loyal Dolphin for life, you traitor. Now, as promised, I'll show you my collection of free NPC cars you can use for your Dolphins designs in case you're poor. All of these vehicles pop up regularly around Los Santos. Here's the Impont Ruiner, the Dinka Blista Compact, the Karen Fudo, the Karen Sultan, and my personal favorite, the Vapid Dominator. Not too shabby for NPC cars, right? And don't forget to get creative, guys. Spread that aqua and orange to your motorcycles, too. The Pegasi Bati 801 serves as a great canvas for these colors, and is also the best vehicle for giving people the finger and speeding away. Because if you don't speed away, some people are very sensitive about football. And don't just limit yourself to land vehicles. For maximum Vice City obnoxiousness in your Los Santos sessions, make sure to paint up your oppressor and whatever helicopters and airplanes you can. Paint the town aqua and orange. Dust the town aqua and orange with your crop duster. Remember, when you're flying these colors, you are the most attractive thing in Los Santos, and there is no amount of you or your beautiful vehicles that can be considered too much. That leaves us with one last detail to cover, this outfit. I'm not going to take up much of your time with this one and make you sit here while I scroll through clothing store menus, so I made this graphic so that you can screenshot it, or pause the video, and you can go into any clothing store in San Andreas and buy these items if you'd like, or create your own unique outfit. It's your life. The only tricky part I'll walk you through is the shirt, so I'll just show you that real quick. Under the t-shirts category, you select crew t-shirt, obviously, and to get the emblem you have to back out one step, and it's hidden all the way down at the bottom of the list. They didn't want you to find it, but I showed it to you anyway. And that pretty much sums it up. Please let me know in the comments if you know of any additional GTA cars that make good Dolphins cars. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, subscribing, and/or following me on Twitch. Stay frosty!